Okay, folks. The Philippines does not have a shortage of deadly, dangerous animals. The Philippines is home of a diverse range of wildlife, including some species that can be considered very deadly. It's important to note that while encounters with dangerous animals are relatively rare, awareness and caution are still essential. Some of the deadly ones I have seen is the boxed jellyfish, blue ring octopus. I've seen some sharks. I have not seen cobras, black widows, and alligators. There are quite a few land animals that can be very dangerous. Watch the video, see if you can guess which is the worst animal that's here in the Philippines. I bet you won't figure it out before I'm able to tell you. So I'll enjoy the video and I will catch you on the back end.
The Philippines, known officially as the Republic of the Philippines, is a real magnet for travelers on the hunt for paradise beaches and tropical climes. From the exquisitely beautiful diving meccas of El Nido and Palawan all the way to the remote coves of Siargao and the misty summits of Mount Apo, it's filled with oodles of spots that help it reign as one of Asia's top destinations. But, as well as being hailed as a paradise on Earth, the Philippines is also a haven of biodiversity. It has verdant tropical rainforests, oceans that teem with turtles and angelfish, coral reefs aplenty, and soaring volcanoes that sprout above the clouds. It's a real treat for lovers of the natural world and the great outdoors. In the mix of wild creatures that make their home here, there are also some dangerous animals in the Philippines. Those are what we'll focus on here, listing the cobras, the jellies, the spiders, and all the other critters you're probably better off avoiding during your time on the islands. Philippine cobra. The Philippine cobra, also known as the Philippine spitting cobra or northern Philippine cobra, is an incredibly venomous type of cobra snake that is native to the northern parts of the Philippines. More specifically, it lives mainly on the islands of Luzon, Mindoro, Catanduanes, and Masbate. Its habitats are varied, including dense jungle, forests, farmland, occasionally, and built-up urban areas. These snakes usually like to live near bodies of water such as lakes, ponds, and rivers. There's good reason why the Philippine cobra is considered one of the most dangerous animals in the Philippines. The venom contains an extremely potent neurotoxin. It can cause nausea, vomiting, and general shutdown of vital organs in bitten patients, and can even kill within just 30 minutes. In fact, the venom of the Philippine cobra is one of the most dangerous in the world. As the name implies, these scary serpents are capable of spitting their lethal venom with a high level of accuracy at targets up to 10 feet away. Box jellyfish. We don't want to go spoiling anyone's day in the crystal clear waters of El Nido or Siargao, but this one's got to be up there with the most dangerous animals in the Philippines. Yep, an estimated 20 to 40 people die every year in the archipelagos around the Malay Peninsula from box stings, which is one of the highest rates of fatality of anywhere in the world, Australia included. Box jellies grow to measure up to 8 inches across and usually have a sort of strange translucent glow about them. That's one of the most irritating things, since they're very difficult to spot in the light blue of the tropical seawaters. The bit you want to watch out for is the wisp-like stinger that drifts behind the animal itself. They are what contain the poisonous stinger cells, which latch onto any skin that it happens to come into contact with. The most dangerous types of box jellies are all in the Indo-Pacific region, yep, the home of the Philippines. They have a venom that attacks the nervous system and causes complete heart failure. Those that survive a sting have reported feeling pains for weeks on end after the incident. Black widow. Arachnophobes don't get a pass when it comes to the most dangerous animals in the Philippines. Nope. The islands that string through the Sulu Sea to the edge of the Pacific Ocean here also host the dreaded black widow. It's one of the most feared critters of all, with a venomous bite that's said to be many times stronger than that of a rattlesnake. Capable of causing severe muscle spasms, nausea, sickness, and, in extreme cases, death. The black widow is a distinct creature. The females of the species, the only ones capable of hurting humans, are known for their large, jet black thorax, which comes with a trademark red spot on the softer underbelly and elongated back and front legs that can measure up to 13 mm from end to end. What's most worrying about the black widow is just how small it is. It's common for bite victims not to even notice there's a danger lurking around. On the flip side, black widows aren't all that common in the Philippines or East Asia generally. It's thought that they have much higher populations in the Americas. Bull sharks. The infamous great white might get all the attention, but they say it's the bull shark that you should really watch out for. These guys are notoriously bad-tempered, very aggressive in the water, and known to be territorial. They also come with 2 rows of serrated chompers that are well adapted at tearing and ripping living flesh. The bad news? They exist all around the islands of the Philippines and sightings of the great beasts are very common. What makes them especially dangerous is that they like to live in shallower waters close to the shore. Depths of between 60 to 100 feet are their normal patrol grounds. On top of that, bull sharks are able to swim up rivers and survive well in freshwater, so you can't really escape them by steering clear of salty water. Bulls hunt as pairs. They attack by disorientating prey with speedy swim-ups and then biting. The bite itself is a hefty 5,914 newtons of force that's bolstered by uber-sharp teeth. Thankfully, there have been 0 reported shark attacks in the Philippines for some time, which can't be said for the USA and Australia. Mosquito. The mosquito is often listed as one of the most dangerous animals in any of the countries where it is endemic. They're not big, they don't have venom, and a mozzie bite is little more than an irritation to most. However, everyone should be aware of just how dangerous mosquitoes can be to humans. They are one of the most common vectors for tropical diseases like malaria and dengue. Those kill thousands of people around Asia and Africa each year. Unfortunately, dengue fever especially remains pretty common in the Philippines. It's a very debilitating illness that can last 2 weeks or more, causing high fevers, hallucinations, temporary paralysis, and intense muscle pains. Unfortunately, you will encounter mosquitoes almost everywhere in the Philippines. Due to the country's hot and tropical climate, they thrive on virtually every island. It's a good idea to cover up at dusk and dawn when they are most active. Bring along a powerful DEET spray, use anti-mozzie bands, and hang a net above your bed when sleeping. Freshwater crocodile. The critically endangered freshwater crocodile certainly deserves a place on this list of the most dangerous animals in the Philippines. It's not quite as large as its saltwater compadre, which can also be found on these islands, but still manages to grow up to 10 foot from snout to tail, clocking up potential weights of 190 kilograms. Attacks on humans are rare, but that hasn't stopped these guys from getting a bit of a reputation as a would-be man-eater. Blue-ringed octopus. The blue-ringed octopus may look interesting and enticing at first glance, but do not let its vibrancy lure you into a false sense of security. In actual fact, these colors are intended to ward off predators and could just be the last thing they see before they suffer the wrath of these highly toxic, enormously venomous sea creatures. The blue-ringed octopus can be found in shallow seawaters and coral reefs around Australia and Southeast Asia, including in the Philippines. It's up there with the most dangerous animals in the country because its venom contains the same neurotoxin as many of the world's other poisonous creatures. Tetrodotoxin, a substance thought to be more powerful than cyanide. Centipede. The humble centipede does not, at first glance at least, appear like a creature that would be much cause for concern. However, in the Philippines, the giant centipedes that you may encounter are among some of the most venomous, and most dangerous, animals in the country. They live primarily in forested tropical areas, so be especially cautious of these if you're planning on doing any jungle trekking or mountain walking in regions where you'll spend long periods exploring the great outdoors. Scorpion. The Philippines is home to a whopping 16 individual types of scorpions. Most live in the thick forests and woodlands of the backcountry, and are rarely seen by travelers and expats. However, encounters do happen, especially in more off-the-beaten-track corners of the country that are increasing in popularity, like Palawan, Siargao and inland Cebu. Lots of the scorpions of the Philippines carry venom that's potentially harmful to humans. Take the Asian black forest scorpion, which can't kill but can cause very painful localized swelling and irritation at the site of the attack. Titan triggerfish. You can find the formidable, and aptly named, Titan triggerfish lurking beneath the surface of the seas all around the Philippines. This fish can grow to enormous lengths and is, for the most part, a rather solitary creature. However, they are also the scourge of divers and swimmers in the waters because of their aggressive nature. Divers often run into trouble against the Titan triggerfish when they cross into marked territory. If you encounter one of their nests, swim away in a direct line and towards the surface for your best chance at avoiding an unpleasant meeting. Lastly, stray dogs. It's estimated that there are 12 million stray dogs currently living in the Philippines. 12 million. Let's just put that into perspective for a moment. That's 6 times the population of Manila. It's the same population of Moscow. They're so darn common here that the locals even have a special word for stray: ascals. It refers to the indigenous type of canine that's found all over the country, from Palawan to Davao. Not only can stray dogs sometimes be aggressive and vicious, meaning that they may put you at risk of injury, but they can also carry a number of diseases, including rabies. In fact, rabies is an unfortunately rampant disease in the Philippines, with the majority of cases coming from the country's dogs.
Wow, I hope you guys learned something from this video. Personally, I can tell you that you want to torture me, put me in a room full of bugs. But if you gas cockroaches, and they got their fair share of cockroaches here in the Philippines, I'll tell you that. But they're not the worst. Some of the bad ones, I've talked to people that have seen spitting cobras, saltwater crocodiles, box jellyfish. You know about that. You know, you divers out there, you should be carrying a bottle of vinegar and a spray bottle. God forbid you get stunned. And carry some tweezers with you so you can take them off. You could use a credit card, but tweezers are better. Make sure you have some rubber gloves with you so they don't, the stingers don't get you. And if you can spray some vinegar, that will slow down the neurotoxins from getting to you. And that is not a substitute, though, for medical attention. You need to get to a hospital ASAP. Same thing with blue ring octopuses. Now, I've seen those. Those guys here can be pretty small. But if they get you and they bite, there is no vinegar that could help you with that. You need to get to a hospital ASAP. All right? If you gas stray dogs, you're thinking to yourself, how the heck can a stray dog be dangerous? Well, they calculated that there's well over 14 million stray dogs. I've talked to Paul from Old Dog New Tricks. I've heard stories from Mark from Every Man's Got a Story. Gio in the Philippines, he's told me some stories that'll make the hair on the back of your head stand up. These guys, they'll be driving their motor scooters, minding their own business, no traffic, traffic is light, and then all of a sudden, a stray dog will just come snapping at you, and it catches you by surprise. Most of the time, if you end up running one over, you're gonna drop the bike. You're gonna fall. And this is just out of the clear blue sky. I have personally seen dogs cause many accidents, even with foreigners in cars, because they want to swerve out to hit the dog, and bam, you're running into something else. Rabies in the Philippines have gone up 40%, I read on Google. So you can check out Google. Rabies in the Philippines has gone straight through the roof. And they're trying to manage these dogs, but they're looking for food like a lot of animals. So if you picked stray dogs, you were right. So you got to be careful. And when you're driving, whether you're driving a car or especially a scooter, And I hope you enjoy it. Guys, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified of the next video. I promise to bring you some more great videos. I think I'm going to do a special one just on box jellyfish and some of the sea creatures that are out there that you got to be cautious of because they're hiding in the coral, and it's something that you should know anyway. So I hope you enjoy that. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Till the next video, be safe.